guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to go over a quick and easy way to clean your injectors. Firstly, you're going to need your injectors out of the car. I know you guys are thinking probably pour a bottle of injection cleaner into the gas tank and just run the car and it should clean your injectors. Unfortunately, that's better than nothing, but it doesn't really do a thorough job in cleaning your injectors. The only way to really thoroughly clean them using that solution is by running the fuel injection cleaner directly into your fuel rail and running your engine with just pure fuel injection cleaner. However, that may damage the engine, so we're not going to go through and do that. We're just going to pull the injectors out and we're going to just clean them outside of the car. So let's get to work.
All right, before we even get started, we're going to need a few things. Firstly, you're going to need a battery or a battery charger. I'm going to use my charger for this. Some alligator clips, some carburetor cleaner with the red straw, your dirty injector, of course, some fuel line tubing or some sort of tubing. You can also use a tire valve. I know some people use that. This is about like a 9.5 to 10 millimeter inner diameter hose. And this is an M12 bolt, so to block one of the ends of the hose. So this is what I had handy, so this is what I'm going to do. What you will have to do for the hose is you're going to poke a hole in the hose here so that this red tube can feed into it. So let's get this all set up, and then I'll show you guys how to really test it and also clean your injector.
All right, guys, so this is the setup here. So I'm going to have a cup over here to hold any of the carb cleaner that comes out when we blast it through this injector. This platform here is just to hold the injector down. So I'm going to clamp down the injector lightly and then hold this down. We're going to put the alligator clips on here. But before we even do that, I'm going to disassemble this injector. So there's a filter on the injector. You can pull that out and clean that separately in carb cleaner or whatever. But this does come out like that. Comes out. It's just a little filter. This filters the fuel before it gets into your injector. However, this does get dirty over time, so you can clean that after. Take out the O-ring. Probably want to replace this anyways. So if you have a pick, that would be great, but I'm just using a flathead screwdriver here. And over time, these O-rings and stuff are really worn out, so these should be replaced. So we'll set that aside. We'll set the filter aside. And then you want to take out this ring here as well. This rubber ring is just a bushing. Don't need that. And it's ready for cleaning. So essentially, how we would assemble this is all outside of the injector, you get a toothbrush or whatever and just brush it down and clean it. But we're not worrying about that. We're worrying about the performance of the injector. So the inside of the injector, that's what we're cleaning here. So what we would do is we will hook up the hose, that hose that I told you about, set up. So here's that setup. Here's the bolt, the M12. So what you would do is you just thread this on one of the sides, and this will block off the fuel or like the injection cleaner stuff. So make sure everything is clean though, right, inside, because you don't want to put dirty stuff into your injector. Next, all you're going to do is just feed this right inside your injector, like so. And I want to face it so that I can feed the hose here. I already poked a hole here for that little red hose thing for the carb cleaner. Here's the carb cleaner. So what we want to do is we want to feed this red tube right into here, into the little hole. And it does fit after you've poked it in, like so. So you can feel it, it goes in. Now, I'm just gonna clamp this down. Enough to not damage it. Well, let's do it a little bit like this so that we can hold it, because this is gonna blast in here. Next, we're gonna hook up the alligator clips. So it doesn't matter for polarity wise, as long as one side is positive and one side is negative, the injector will activate. So it doesn't matter which side is getting the positive or which side is getting the negative. That's why you can pin it any way you want. So I'll just go red on that side and black on this side. All right, so now with this, I'm gonna hook it up to my charger. So that's held on there. And then I'm just going to have this clamped here so that I can just touch it.
so that it will activate the injector. Before I do that, let's plug in the charger. If you're using a battery, then you just hook it up to the battery. All right. Now we just want to hook up the straw right to this, but before we even do that, you want to test if the injector works, and you just touch to power. And you're hearing that click means it's activating the injector. So this injector is still working. You'll hear the injector click if you were really listening to it in your car. So it actually does make that kind of a clicking sound. Oh, let's just make this a little bit closer. What we want to do is just feed carb cleaner right in there. So let's feed this hose down a little bit more. So there you go. Hook this hose up like so. And then you pressurize the system. Once you get a nice flow like that, then you know it's clean. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see any of that stuff, but there's some like crap that came out of the injector. So as you can see, there's little bits and pieces and stuff like that in there. So that's probably what was clogging this injector up, but it is now all clean. So you do want to just keep activating it and spraying carb cleaner in there until it starts spraying out nice and good, like what we saw earlier. Then now all you really have to do is just clean the rest of the gunk off the outside of it, and it'll be like, well, not like brand new, but pretty close. It'll work like brand new.
There you go, guys. That was a quick, easy way on how to clean your injectors. You're not restricted to just using carb cleaner. However, carb cleaner seems to be the easiest way to pressurize the system, and it comes in an aerosol can, and it tends to break down a lot of carbon deposits and other stuff like oils and all that stuff. So carb cleaner does work really well. If you have a way of pressurizing maybe the fuel injection cleaner that you pour in your gas tank and just run that pure and clean your injectors like that, that will work as well. However, it's really difficult to pressurize that unless you're getting it in an aerosol can. Anyways, I hope this helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.